Welcome to Game 5 of the Best of 9 series between MaFia.KiRa and HaRDy. This is Chosen.
And this is Butterfly. Chosen, tell us what we're seeing.
Yep, down here in the bottom right position playing the brown Protoss is MaFia.KiRa. His opponent down here in the bottom left position playing the teal Terran is HaRDy. And it looks like HaRDy has gotten Terran for the 5th game in a row.
I think I think HaRDy's going to change his name to Pro Terran after this matchup.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But this is going to be a fair game because it is corner versus corner and Terran in a corner base. You know, I honestly think in the hands of an elite player, a corner Terran is pretty damn formidable.
Well, this is the 3rd game that he's had Terran versus Protoss. So compared to the first time he played Protoss, I think he's getting better at it. Just in this matchup alone.
Yeah, but you know,
he's playing it different.
KiRa is just such an animal with Protoss. You can't bet against him when he's Protoss. So you have to give KiRa the advantage in this game. He's so good, Protoss versus Terran, that if HaRDy wants to win this game, it's probably going to take at least 15, 20, 25 minutes or so to kill KiRa when he's in a corner Protoss.
Well, it looks like KiRa's going to be going for that double Nexus build once again.
Yep, KiRa going for the +1 and the early scout, which seems to be the trend in this series. He's been sending that scout out early and see, now, in HaRDy's eyes, he's going to be thinking he's up against a mid build because he's getting scouted a minute 30 into the game, and this makes KiRa's build that much stronger. He's going to harass a couple SCVs here and make HaRDy stop mining with an SCV, and he's gone for the +1, so KiRa's economy is now far... and he's going for the Forge, not the gateways. So it looks like KiRa's going to be going for a triple and maybe a super fast Reaver drop or another Nexus.
Yeah, definitely. When you swim a Protoss player, when you go in to see 2 or 3 cannons, when you're Terran, you definitely should expect fast Reavers or something. Fast Templar even, I don't know.
Well, and that's why it's so hard to play against a good Protoss, because when you're Terran, you see them choke. You don't know if they're choking and going super fast Reaver or if they're choking and going huge economy. So it's pretty much a die-die situation.
Exactly. And Pro HaRDy, he just scouted the middle and it's like, what? There's no gateways over here? What's going on?
Yeah, and I'm sure HaRDy is just laughing to himself.
Look, Pro HaRDy, he scouted that. Look at that. There's that Marines.
Yep, see, he's not going to lose that again. He's scouting his base now. He learned from, I think it was Game 3. Yeah, Game 3, where he lost that double probe and tricking him with cannons. So HaRDy's definitely going to be making sure he has vision of his base.
And that's what you always need to do as soon as you find out you're playing against a Protoss. Don't let him cannon rush you.
Yeah, you cannot let cannons get up in your base. If you do, it just makes the game so hard for you to win. Once they get because cannons just absolutely, you can't even get Marines close to them.
No, even if you fast tank, they'll have such a high zealot count to just run you over. You just really got to just keep managing your base. Slap them. Slap that Protoss when it comes to your base.
And this is the point where, it's going to be interesting to see if HaRDy changes to more of an economy tank push versus a Protoss triple, or if he gets an engineering bay and kind of D's up for a drop, thinking that KiRa could be going for fast Reaver. But I've never really known KiRa to build for a fast Reaver build. He usually kind of plays it as a triple Protoss type of build. So HaRDy's probably going to be going for +1 or +2 command center and be going for about 2 or 3 factories with mass infantry to support.
Well, he's not pumping any Marines at that point. Oh, I guess actually he just did, so he's left off on that. So he's still consistently building the Marines. He just wants to make sure that, MaFia.KiRa's not going to run some Zealots in his base and overthrow him. He just wants to maintain this game and take it to a longer period of time.
Now, you'll see really aggressive players like Pro Marine, probably the most notorious, really aggressive player. Sometimes versus this, he'll come up here and build a couple factories and then try to tank push this Protoss choke. But most players with Terran, they'll go for kind of a choke and then mass economy build. Yeah, and you see HaRDy going for the triple command center.
It's definitely too late to definitely bring up those tanks. He would have gone 2 gas even sooner or so, and already been way on this course. And that's definitely a timing push, so if you're going to push a Protoss pre-game.
And what you see KiRa doing is he wants to see how heavy HaRDy's choke is, so he can kind of gauge when those command centers went down and kind of know what kind of a Terran economy he's going to be up against.
Yeah, that Zealot there is not for damage, it's for scouting.
Oh, and he has to get this Zealot. He cannot let this Zealot see what kind of triple command center. One more hit. Oh, and he does get it. That is so important.
That SCV was running around with this Marine saying, I can play with the big boys. Let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, when you play fastest at a high level, it's so important to not let your opponent see what build you do, because if your opponent, knowledge is power. If they see your build, they will counter it and they will be able to defeat it if they're good enough, which both these players are.
Did MaFia.KiRa go that fast goon range like he did like previous games?
I don't.
I don't think he did.
I mean, he has 260 gas right now, so I don't think he got the Dragoon range. I think he's going to be focusing more on tech, so he's getting that Citadel of a Doom down. And I think he knows his point was to get Dragoon range because he saw HaRDy's choke, and he's not going to do any damage with Dragoon range, especially because he'll expect the tank out. I mean, HaRDy is slower on the tanks than KiRa probably expected. KiRa was probably expecting a tank with siege mode at about 6:15, but it looks like HaRDy's not going to have a tank with siege mode till about 7:15.
No, they're both playing a psychological game here. And let's just see who's able to pull up on top over it all. Looks like Protoss is obviously just going to probably be macroing hardcore here, just waiting for the right time to attack.
Oh, and it looks like KiRa is doing his death build, his Zealot, Dragoon, Templar timing attack. He's going to be going for that same build that he just smashed HaRDy with, going for about the 5 to 6 Templars, mass storm on the infantry, and then bringing in the Zealots and Dragoons to finish it off.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd actually apply the goons to this, but it looks like he's going to. He's like, it's worked before, why not do it again? Those fast upgrades with Protoss are especially aggressive early in this game.
Yeah, KiRa very effective at this build. Honestly, I think it's the build he executes the best, is the PVT Templar timing attack build. I've seen him beat countless good players with it, and what's nice is he gets this 1-1 upgrade as soon as his Templars come in for the storm. He finishes that 1-1, and then he busts in with about 186 supply of Zealot, Dragoon, Templar, and it just pretty much murders a Terran choke.
And KiRa was putting the goon range up and now. He knows, well, I'm not going to be attacking yet, so I'm in no hurry to get this range. I got those cannons up. My choke is fine. I'm stable for this point of the game.
Yeah, that's what makes the great players great. They know when to get what. I mean, he knows he didn't need the Dragoon range 4 minutes ago, so why would he spend the gas on it? Spend your gas on your tech. He knows he's not going to need that Dragoon range till about 8:30 into the game, so why not wait till 7 minutes to start it? And HaRDy looks like he's going to be adapting to a 3-factory build here with 1-1 upgraded infantry, and hopefully he learned from that game where he lost to this Templar timing attack. He needs to get more barracks down because Templars don't do damage to bunkers, obviously. You have to cover up your infantry in bunkers or else they're just going to melt to Templars.
Yep, HaRDy doing the same, though, with waiting and anticipating his opponent. He actually played it pretty good. Like you said, he went later tech with the tanks, you know.
Yeah, HaRDy a very adaptable player, and he will learn. If you beat him with a build, he will learn and counter it better. He's one of the better players I've seen at adapting to a certain player and a certain strategy, so it's going to be interesting to see who wins this kind of late game type of matchup, and it looks like, well, it's going to be interesting to see for me if KiRa's build plays out better with the triple nexus or if it played out better with just the +1.
Well, I think it's a whole actually different scenario, though, too. Where you go, oh, look at that. What is he doing?
KiRa's just getting hot here with the proxy Stargate. He's probably going to be going for proxy arbiters here. Maybe he doesn't want to have HaRDy scout his arbiter tech with a scan.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, KiRa just needs to calm down here and try not to get too sexy with it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, see, this is basically like having map hack with a Terran. When you got 2 scans like this, and you can just constantly scan your opponent's base.
That's a Reaver. I'm actually surprised they put out a Reaver this late in the game. Are you?
Yeah, I am. I don't.
That's your only This is 9 minutes in the game. This is Templar time, not Reaver time.
Well, okay, the fact that he put 2 Reavers in that shuttle tells me he's not going for a drop, because if he was going for a drop, he would put a Reaver and 2 Zealots in there. So this means he's going to be using this Reaver to supplement his attack. So he's going to be sending his attack in and using the Reaver to supplement his attack, and that's going to be interesting to see if it works out. It's very ballsy to do that when you know there's tanks. And yeah, you see HaRDy getting many more bunkers this game. He doesn't want to get mutilated by storms again.
And he's like, no more Templar wet dreams. You know, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, he wants to give Templars nightmares instead of wet dreams. Yeah. And you see that Reaver. Oh, and genius by KiRa. He wanted to take out that barracks with the Reaver range and get him to lift that so he has easier access to the choke. And it looks like he's going to lose 1 Reaver to those tanks. and he picks up the other one and saves it. Now here it comes. This is the game-deciding moment for HaRDy. Is he going to lose or hold it?
Oh, it looks like he's target firing that Reaver. He knows that does so much damage so quickly.
Yep, and there's the storms going off.
Beautiful storms. There's still a high amount of bunkers there, and that one tank actually is going to play a pretty big role in this game right now.
Yeah, and you see the difference when you have more bunkers. I mean, the other Protoss versus Terran, KiRa just absolutely ran him over. But this game, HaRDy holds it off with pretty much, I mean, easily. He wasn't even ever in doubt that he was going to win that battle.
Bro, HaRDy says, you do it to me once, you will not get it off again. I think that's why he was trying to stay here.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, or I'm sorry, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Well, that'll see if he replenishes choke. I'm assuming so. It looks like he's upgrading something from this science facility. I'm assuming that's the APM.
Yeah, the EMP there.
EMP. APM, EMP.
Yeah.
Getting ridiculous.
EMP. Now HaRDy's going to replace this barracks here in front of his choke, and proxy scouts. So
for a drop.
Yeah.